Hello everyone and welcome to Chase's Org Thingy Season 6 All-Stars. This is episode 13 now, and the challenge hasn't even started yet, but there is some drama going on right now. So, at the end of the last episode, I said that Evan kind of went on a rant before he got voted out, or before he played his idol and voted out Cosmo. He had the majority votes on him, which is why I said that. But he called these 7 people cowards for voting for him and not for JB, for not taking their shot at the person that they actually wanted out, for not voting out their target and instead going for one of her allies to weaken her instead of actually voting her off. Then he also exposed that Deku doesn't have an idol, that he has the idol, and then played it. He also exposed what the two-faced idol was, that it was a idol nullifier and an idol, and that Deku played the nullifier and that JB played the idol part of it. So that pissed off JB, because JB's like, dude, why are you exposing all of this stuff right now? So JB is a little bit mad at Evan, and she's going, it's clear that Evan isn't wanting to bring me to FTC, isn't wanting to work with me long term, and will backstab me eventually. So I want to get Evan out in the next couple rounds. She wasn't clear if she wanted him out this round. It sounded like she wanted him out next, vote him out now. But then she has also said, I feel like now's the wrong time. So I don't really know what JB's plan is with Evan, but she's going to want him out soon. And then Jace DMs Evan and calls him a coward, to which now Jace and Evan are now fighting about cowardice, and who the bigger coward is. So a lot of stuff is going on, all centered around Evan right now. So that means that Evan is either going this round or is going to be in a strong position at the end of this episode. At least that's my feeling on it, because I feel like when you have so much drama around you and you start a lot of stuff, you either go home or you get a lot of power as a result. Or maybe he's just irrelevant for the next few episodes and stays in. Who knows? Not me. But yeah, so a lot of drama centered around Evan. Evan and Jace are seeming to be going after each other, but I'm not sure who the vote's going to be for any of the sides. I'm sure Evan's going to get a few votes, but I'm not sure who the other person that gets votes will be. So that should be an interesting round. Alright, so only one thing really happened during the challenge. So Jaffe went to JB and told her, I think that Jack and Bayback are a duo, which is kind of funny that he thinks they're a duo, because Jack and Bayback are kind of at each other a little bit. Jack not as much, but Bayback definitely wants Jack out and does not trust Jack at all, which is kind of funny. But he said, I don't want to get either of them out, though. I think we want to keep an eye out for them in the future, but I think we should go for Nathan. JB's like, okay, yeah, I can get behind that. Nathan burned me, and I'm in a fight with Nathan. So yeah, that works. But we get to the actual challenge itself. Jace ends up winning immunity, and will be safe at tonight's tribal. So Jace then wants to go for JB. After getting in an argument with Evan, Jace seems more inspired to want to go after JB and target her. So Jace is targeting JB. JB's side is trying to pick a target as of right now. And right now, Bayback, Asher, and Nathan seem to be in the middle. Bayback actually put it really well by saying there's two sides. There's Jace, Jaffe, Jack, and Nevid versus JB, Evan, Deku, and Chase. And then there's me, Asher, and Nathan in the middle, and they're trying to decide what to go for. So Bayback is thinking that they either vote for JB or they vote for Nevid, because Nathan wants to vote with Jack. He wants to work with Jack and wants to protect Jack. Bayback would rather it be Jack that goes, but since Nathan wants to keep Jack, Bayback is going, all right, I like Joffy, I want to keep Joffy, so let's just go for Nevid, since Asher doesn't want to protect anyone, and we both have people that we want to keep in the game at least around longer. So it looks like Nevid is going to be a potential target. JB is obviously a target here. Nathan might become a target from Joffy at some point. And yeah, things are going a little bit weird. There were some targets on Deku and Evan's back as well, but it seems like that majority, or that alliance, not majority alliance, because it's 4-4. There is no majority right now, because I don't know which way the 3 swing votes are going. But the Joffy, Jace, Jack, and Nevid alliance, it seems like they're going to settle on JB, even though there are some targets on Deku and Evan's back. They had some talk about it, but they're just like, yeah, JB's the biggest target, we'll just go for her. So we'll see if anything develops from this. Alright, so things are getting a little bit crazy for this round. So, as I said before, Jace is really heavily pushing for JB to go. But that alliance, that 4-person kind of core that Bayback was talking about, that have been voting together pretty regularly and consistently for this merge, of Jace, Jack, Joffy, and Nevid, well, there's a bit of an issue between there, because Jace and Jack are both fully on board for going for JB. Joffy had mentioned before that he wanted Nathan out, and now he has planned a blindside on Nathan with Nevid and the other 4 of JB, Chase, Deku, and Evan. This is because Joffy realized that people were heavily playing the middle and that they were heavily benefiting from this head-to-head battle. Now, Joffy has slightly different lines than Bayback does. He has him, Nevid, and Jace versus JB, Evan, and Deku, with Jack in the middle with Bayback, Asher, and Nathan, and Chase in the middle with that group as well. So he's going, basically, these 5 people are just letting the trios go at each other, and as long as we're pointing the guns at each other, no guns are being pointed at them. So, why don't we just work together and get rid of some of the middle people? So, he wanted to pull in Chase, not knowing that Chase is very close with JB. So it worked out perfectly. So that core 4 is working with Joffy and Nevid, because Joffy realizes that Jace won't turn on to Nathan and vote for him instead of JB. I have a dog hair in my mouth. But, so he's going to blindside Nathan. Well, also going on, Bayback doesn't want JB to go home, but Bayback also doesn't necessarily want to work with JB's crew, because, as he said for the last few rounds, Bayback wants Evan out. So Bayback is now telling Asher and Nathan that they're voting for Evan, and Asher and Nathan are like, okay, cool, works for me. And he's like, look, Jace is the only one that wants JB out. Everybody else wants Evan. I like JB. JB's working with me. You know, I've been working with her. We have a good relationship. She benefits my game. Evan, I don't trust Evan at all. I haven't trusted Evan for a long time, and I want Evan gone as soon as possible. I also think that weakens JB if Evan goes, and that means that I can come into that role of Evan and be one of her close allies while being able to backstab her once we get later into the game. So, now Nathan is telling Jack, like, yeah, no, we're voting for Evan. To which Jack is going, we're voting for JB. We are not voting for Evan. So, the way that it is looking right now is that Jace and Jack are voting for JB. Bayback, Asher, and Nathan are voting for Evan. Evan's not voting for himself. And then Joffy, Nevid, JB, Evan, Deku, Chase, that crew, plus Joffy and Nevid, are all voting for Nathan. Well, things get a little bit more complicated as well, because JB is on the fence about whether or not she wants to go behind Bayback's back, because Bayback won't like that Nathan's going home, and JB doesn't want to backstab Bayback because he's helped her out a lot in this game, and he's one of the biggest reasons why she's still alive in the game. So she doesn't want to backstab Bayback, and so, but she also wants Nathan gone. So shit's hitting the fan, and things are getting really interesting. Will Joffrey overplay his hand and get voted out like he did in season 4 when he tried to plan a blindside? Probably not. But things are getting so weird because this could very easily turn on Joffrey so fast, and Joffrey could end up going home. But at the same time, nobody wants Joffrey gone, which is why I said probably not, because I don't see a lot of people wanting to get behind Joffrey except for Nathan right now, because Nathan would absolutely do it. Asher probably would too, but Bayback wouldn't want to because Bayback and Joffrey are allies. So this is such a weird vote. This is one of the weirdest votes I've seen in a long time. This weirdest final 11. So yeah, we will see what happens, and I'm sure I will have updates for you all. Okay, so I just got back home and I haven't checked confessionals, but I did read a bunch of confessionals before leaving and didn't have time to make a video, so I'm going to make this video and then I'm going to check confessionals and see if I come back to anything. So, just because I might have a spoiler from the spectator chat. There's only one message, so there may be nothing. And if there's nothing, you'll have a 5-second clip after this going, I'm disappointed there's nothing. But right now, it seems like the votes are more so going between Evan and JB. So Deku submitted a placeholder vote for Evan, meaning that Deku and their alliance may be voting for Evan, and JB and Deku may finally be turning onto Evan and voting with Bayback and Bayback's crew. Meanwhile, Jace and Jack are still very focused on voting for JB and really want her out pretty badly. And Joffrey still wants to blindside Nathan, but I don't know if anything's happening with that or not, because he was at work and didn't update anything while everyone was going, I'm voting for Evan, I'm voting for JB. So it's kind of like a 5-1 right now. I'm just pulling out random numbers. So by the end of this clip, I will have an actual count. But basically, it seems like people are kind of cannibalizing, and the alliances can't decide if they want JB out or Evan out, and they're all just kind of voting for whoever they want out. And not really voting as alliances. They're just kind of doing whatever they want. So I'm curious to see if there's going to be any structure to this chaos when I come back. I've been gone for about 3 hours, so some stuff may have gone down, and I will let you know what happened right now. Okay, so not much has really happened. A few things have happened. Joffrey and Nevid are both locked in on voting for Nathan. Meanwhile, Jace and that main alliance, if you can go, Jace and Jack are voting for JB. Chase and Deku are voting for Evan. JB has not voted yet. She is extremely busy today. So she is running all over the place and is having really no time to talk to people. So I don't know what's going on with her, and she doesn't know what's going on with her. And then Bayback and his alliance of Asher and Nathan voted for JB. I think Asher's voting for Evan. And Bayback, I still don't know who's voting for. And the votes for Evan are mostly placeholder votes, mainly from Chase and Deku. So maybe things will switch around. Maybe they won't. I don't know what is going to happen. This is utter chaos. So yeah, it will be a wild to a wild tribal. Um, yeah, I still have no idea what's gonna happen in tribal is in 2.5 hours. So someone might go, someone might not. I still have no idea what's. It might tie. Is the funniest part too. It might tie, and then Jaffe and Nevid are gonna be like, "What the hell happened here? And why are we not getting blowback for this if no one voted with us?" Which may very well happen. So who knows? I sure as hell don't. We'll see how the rest of this tribal unfolds. Okay, so things are a little bit more weird. So JB told Bayback that Nathan's name is out there, and Bayback's just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. I don't care. I'm not voting for Nathan, but hey, whatever works. So he's like, I'm treating this the same way that I'm treating Nathan going after JB, of let them do their own thing. I will work with whoever survives. I can't stop them, and fighting it would just make my game worse and put me in a worse position. Meanwhile, there are talks between JB and Evan about do they actually want to switch their votes onto onto Nathan and want to vote him out. JB is still trying to figure this out while on a train that just got hijacked. She's good now. They just hacked into the PA system, it sounds like. And also has a staff meeting, which is now. So JB's trying to juggle real life as well as figure out what the hell to do with this vote. But if JB, Evan, and Chase all decide to go for Nathan, that means that Deku will have voted for Evan, which will kind of be a one-off. Like, it would be a weird, it would be a weird 5-5-1. No, it might. They may still actually have a majority because there's such a split between Evan and JB going on right now. Because I think it would be like a 3-2 to 5-1. No, 3-3 to 5, I think, because it's 11. So that would be a really weird 3-3 to 5 vote. Because Deku is asleep right now because they're in the UK and it's 11:14 p.m. EST right now, and in the UK it's 5 hours ahead, so it's 4 a.m. for Deku. So Deku may wake up before the deadline because deadline was pushed back and extended to 1 a.m. because JB has no time. So she asked for an extension. I gave it to her. So Deku may actually wake up by the time that Tribal Council's getting ready to start and switch their vote. But it would seem like a 3-3 to 5 if Jaffe has managed to convince JB and her allies to switch and vote onto Nathan. I don't know why I keep. It's 11 p.m. That's probably why I keep messing that up and forgetting it. I'm messing up all of the names right now, but it's kind of interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do. I still don't know who's going home. I can see what everyone is saying in confessionals, and I have no clue what is happening. Like, I do because I'm telling you guys, but it's just chaos. So I'll have another update for you at some point telling you what happened. There may even be a few more at this rate. We shall see. Alright, so this is the final update of episode 13. So a lot of things go in motion. JB's able to get back online, talk to Reliance, and they basically just were looking for approval to do this move and for Mom to come in and be like, yes, sweetie, that's good. Okay, thanks. So, well, not Evan as much because Evans is either voting for Nathan or JB. So for Evan, it was kind of set in stone, but for Deku and Chase, although Chase didn't really vote because he was asleep, so he ended up actually voting for Evan. But JB, Deku, and Evan all voted for Nathan. Jaffe and Nevid also voted for Nathan, giving Nathan 5 votes. The other 6 split it 3 votes Evan, 3 votes JB, and in a 5-3 Nathan ended up going home. Jaffe pulled off a incredible blindside, and just did a fantastic job setting all this up, getting the pieces in motion, and yeah, Jaffe just pulled off an amazing play, getting out one of the middle people that had a lot of power, because Nathan had a lot of power throughout a lot of this game. So Nathan, GG's. For the first time ever, Nathan has been voted off. And yeah, thank you for playing, Nathan, and I'll see you guys in next episode.